Dude, you are not going to believe this story about Antonio Gates. So get this, right? He's heading into the Hall of Fame on August 2nd in Canton, Ohio, with a bunch of other legends like Eric Allen and Sterling Sharp, who, by the way, is now in there with his brother. How cool is that? But Gates, he's got this totally wild story because he's the first ever guy to make it to the Hall of Fame without playing a single second of college football. Seriously, how did he even pull that off? Okay, so basically this dude Gates was all about basketball, like obsessed. He was huge, 6'4", and a total baller from way back. Even though he played some football in high school, hoops was his jam, and he thought that's how he'd go pro. He even got recruited by big-deal coaches like Nick Saban from Alabama for football, but he bounced to Michigan State to play basketball for Coach Izzo. Then he kind of bounced around a few more schools and landed at Kent State, where he totally crushed it, even taking them to the Elite Eight in the NCAA tournament. He was convinced he was NBA-bound after Kent State, but surprise! NBA scouts were like, nah, man, you're a tweener, too heavy, wrong position. Total bummer, right? He didn't know what was next.
But get this, football was still lurking. Michigan State and Kent State had both tried to get him to play football before, and he'd said no. But now, thinking about his size and all that athleticism, he started to wonder if maybe, just maybe, he could make it in the NFL. Then, in 2003, this Chargers tight end coach, Tim Brewster, sees his basketball highlights and is like, whoa, there's a football player in there. So Gates is trying out for both NBA and NFL peeps, totally undecided. Brewster is hustling, trying to convince the Chargers that this Gates guy is the real deal. And guess what? Gates goes undrafted in the NFL draft. But Brewster immediately sends him a contract. Boom! So he ends up playing his entire career, 16 seasons, with the Chargers. And he absolutely crushed it. He set team records for receptions and yards, which is insane. But his 116 touchdown catches, that's insane. He retired with the NFL record for tight end touchdown catches. It's no wonder he's in the Hall of Fame. Not bad for a guy who never even played college football, right? So crazy.